Alright, let's see if this works. I think it was... I don't know. I don't know shit, dude. I'll just wait till you hear the sound of my voice. Waiting to make sure YouTube is cooperating. It is. How's it going, everybody? So what are we doing today? Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Where to start? Where to even begin? Well, guess we'll just start by explaining the format. In case you haven't seen the previous 4, implied by the title, Faction Faceoff 5, we are doing yet another Faction Faceoff. It is where a team of people with a certain theme to them pick 5 lords within that theme and then fight 5 other people with a different theme. The winning team gets to defend their title. In this case, the left-hand team is the defending champions. After 1 through 3, Chaos kept winning. At last, the only team to beat them was after the entire world had already been destroyed. Only those who could raid and survive on the broken hellscape left behind by the Chaos hordes. They managed to stop Chaos, and now we have the return of settling. So we have the Vampire Coast, Dark Elves, Bretonnia, High Elves, and Vampire Counts coming back to reclaim the land from Chaos. So on that side, we have Tien on Billy Bones, the Footlord. I'll get back to that. No Cane, No Gain on Malice Darkblade, Butcherbird on Albrecht de Bordelot, Zyphos on Tyrion, Erevan and Nekbet on Heinrich Kemmler. The defending champions, we have DVD Ilmatar, who was not able to play, so we'll get back to that too. Sir Munchkin, Shaman Gabo, Suarve on Torx the Bast Bull, BBB Elio de la Bla on Wolfric the Wanderer, XMT Way on Sartorial the Burb, and Saltier Than You, Remy the Rat Rider. So who the hell are Sir Munchkin, Remy the Rat Rider, and Billy Bones? Basically, if you want to take a generic lord, you can. I just ask that you name them so we give a shit about them. But yes, Billy Bones the Footlord is just a foot halberd vampire caster in the Vampire Coast. Sir Munchkin is a goblin great shaman, and Remy the Rat Rider is a Skaven warlord that Saltier Than You just wanted to put on a Bonebreaker or a Brood Horror for the entire thing. So yes. Hi, Contende. You see Worlds yet? Am I allowed to say World spoilers? Because I have thoughts, I have opinions. Anyway, what else do I want to show you people? I was hoping for more to stream in, so maybe I'll leave that for a little bit. Blocker. Yes. We'll go to Blocker. No, Photoshop. On the screen, I will cross off people as they are eliminated. We have replays today, so I already know how this all ends. If you want to take part in this event, you can sign up in the Faction Face-Off section of my Discord. Just say what faction you want to play, and I'll throw you in the next one with your team. And yeah, so let's say this isn't true, but theoretically, the first match goes lose. Is it over? This team has 3 left, this team has 2? No. Like, Tien would fight Suarve. Let's say Suarve wins. Butcherbird would fight Way. Let's say Bird wins. And then Suarve would fight Nekbet, and let's say Nekbet wins. Then it's over with this team winning, right? So it's an elimination. You have to beat everybody before you get to the end. Control Z, probably faster. Beep, 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 beep. That sort of thing. So it's just kind of fun little event. I also like the elimination format and the weird narrative it makes. But yeah. You know, some of the names changed. Ilmatar was not able to play his game, so then Wei took over his spot, and Elio de la Bla was also not able to play his game, so I took his spot as Wolfric the Wanderer. I'm debating whether or not to even do more of these. We'll see if interest is there. But it was a little hard to get people to play the games this time around. I think it was part of the patch being shit previously. Don't really know. But it's all best of one, schedule as you can, so it's supposed to be a pretty chill atmosphere. Maybe too chill. I don't know. Alright, Blocker. Tyrion is just hard carry. Tyrion's pretty crazy. And Zyphos is pretty crazy with any elf. So let's do Faction Face-Off Game 1. It is TN versus XMT Way. With, since Sartorial was played twice, I called him Derek, the other burb. So this is Derek. We are going to hope the best for Derek versus Billy Bones, the Footlord. Go, Derek, go. Okay. I did move the screen correctly. Yep, I just got to get the blocker down. All right. Chaos versus Vampire Coast. For TN, we have a crap load of crabs. 2 Gunnery Whites, both on their crabs, both with Scab Scrape. Lamprey's Revenge, really low volume. I want volume. Slightly more. There we go. A Necrofex Colossus. Billy Bones himself with Invocation to Heck, his summon, and Van Horseman Spectulum, which is just a big AoE debuff. Alright. We have 2 deckhand mobs, 2 sirens, other than that a crap load of gun bats, deck droppers, handguns, and handguns. So 3 handguns, 1 pistol. Pretty standard, try to take out the Chaos Skirmish, of which we have Horsemaster, 4 of them, 2 Chaos Chariots, the Swords of Chaos, Chaos Knights, okay, Sartorial, the Everwatcher with Final Trans and Plague of Rust, and Forsaken, Chaos Marauders across the back line with another Forsaken over there. Alright, pretty standard Chaos build to fight the coast, though usually there's 6 horsemen, not 4. And this is usually what the coast is going to do to you. Necrofex Colossus, usually it's Noctilus, but even this one, is going to shoot out at your Skirmish Cav, do a lot of damage to those cavalry models, and meanwhile your handgun bats will trade pretty effectively against them, and you can heal while they can't. So Chaos will want to get involved as quickly as possible in the melee, and they will probably win it quite handedly. I mean, there's only 4 infantry units here, and 2 of them could be killed by Final Trans. Though Sartorial also might have trouble because he wants to Plague of Rust the crabs, so we'll see. I would personally prioritize the Sirens because the crabs can eventually be ground down. Sirens can prove to be a bit more of a pickle. Hume what does Zyphos do when Bretonnians launch cows over their wall? He turns them into cheese because he's the changer of way. Ha. Ha ha. Hey for Poland, what up? I didn't miss your message, I was just casting stuff. Hey Ice Power, what's going on? That's the game from Builds? Yeah. Wasn't Billy Bones supposed to be death? I thought he was vampires. I thought. If he's death, I think we all forgot, but I thought he was vampires. Alright, so Sartorial has taken a bucket ton of damage just from these gun bats. Holy crap. Maybe the Necrofex too a little bit. And the Swords of Chaos are showing why they are very infrequently brought. They are very squishy for being such expensive heavy knights. Skirmish Cav still trying to get involved, but they really have a hard time hitting bats for some reason. A lot of flying things in this game just don't take a lot of damage. Pterodons, bats, gyrocopters, you name it. Sirens are getting rear charged by 2 different chariots, and they're taking okay damage, but not a lot. They're not even crumbling, which is kind of annoying for them. So Sartorial's getting quite low. He might want to cast some sort of Final Trans, either on these Sirens or on the double Gunnery Whites, not really sure. Chariots move on to something they can actually kill, though the Gunnery Whites are going to kill some Chaos Marauders with Scab Scrape. That's not really new to anybody here. Swords of Chaos get on top of the Necrofex, do -3 damage, and then run away, as is their birthright. Meanwhile, Billy Bones is just chasing around some Skirmish Cav, and they're all largely ignoring him. Can't really blame them there. This might be a good Final Trans target. Plague of Rust is lowering their armor so that the, Marauder Horsemasters can actually do something about it, but Final Trans, Final Trans, Final Trans. If you had Final Trans up right now, that would be just beautiful value right there. Doesn't look like Wade does. That overcasted Plague of Rust probably drained him of magic for a little bit. Other than that, Coast's still pretty ahead. These Sirens are getting disintegrated down, but the Marauder Horseman Cav is struggling quite a lot. All the bats are pretty healthy considering they can get healed up and they can get tons of ammo. I don't know what can kill them at this point. There's not enough Skirmish Cav left. Hey, there's the Final Trans, and it's overcast. That is wondrous. Look at that. Look at them go. Sirens are getting melted. Lamprey's Revenge are getting melted. And the Gunnery Whites got significant damage onto them. That was a beautiful cast. It might be too little, too late. We'll see if the Aspiring Champions can run in here. But, that was very nice. So Arthuriel's charging in himself along with the Swords of Chaos. I would say risky, but at this point in the game, you do have to get him involved. He's kind of a significant amount of your force, unfortunately. Aspiring Champions wandering in. Gonna go try to fight these Sirens and finish them off. And after that, the coast is out of chaff. I wonder if their handgun bats can carry from this point. Probably. Yeah, probably. Balance power is a little bit against the Chaos lads. These Sirens are crumbling slowly. Very slowly. Alright. Billy Bones getting pushed gloriously by those chariots. We all love the chariot animation where they just infinitely push things. It's a good time to be alive. This Gunnery White's getting beat up. Where's the other one? Did he die? Huh, looks like he might have actually crumbled away. Another Scab Scrape coming in, taking out more Forsaken and Chaos Marauders. But the Aspiring Champions here, man. Maybe they can carry. They do magic damage, but the last of the Sirens are fading away. Crumble faster. Crumble. I hate you. Shoot. Billy Bones is about half health. His Necrofex Colossus is also at half, and his Gunnery White's at half. And after they're gone, the handgun bats will largely be useless. I suppose they can sit up there and shoot, but without... You'll get that hole without flying units, you're going to lose the game thing. At least one of them will have to land at a time and get slowly beat up by Chaos. So Thoriel gets a rear charge on the Necrofex Colossus. It might start crumbling. Surprisingly high leadership for these Vampire Coast troops this game. And I wonder if Sartorial can get off another final trans. That would be very, very nice. Especially if you could position it like right here and hit all these gun bats plus that Gunnery White. Or maybe put it here and just finish off that Foot Lord. More healing coming in for the Gunnery White. Not really sure who's worth more. Oh, that's a Plague of Rust. I disagree. I disagree with that Plague of Rust, but I don't know how much magic he has left. Maybe he's not even going to get a final trans and he just decided to use something rather than nothing. But if he had the option, he definitely should have final trans instead. Chariot's still running around. Zarthoriel died. Chariot's still running over Billy Bones over here, along with his aspiring champion comrades. Billy Bones, 45 melee attack, 60 melee defense, 46, 62 on the aspiring champion. So they're actually a pretty decent match, pound for pound, with him. But Billy Bones has a lot of support, and the aspiring champions are pretty much all we have left for Chaos here. Gunbats shooting down, poking all these chariots a little bit, and with the Necrofex Colossus shooting them. I'm honestly surprised they haven't terror routed. There they go. They rout off, more Marauders running in, aspiring champions running in. Marauders thought about moving in, but then didn't. Ouch. Brutal Scab Scrape coming in. Probably going to take out those Chaos Marauders as well, leaving just the aspiring champions, who will not aspire for very much longer, I think. They slap Billy Bones until the Necrofex shoots them, and then they slap Billy Bones some more. Kind of surprised they haven't broken, and there they go. Billy Bones will take game one. 600, 65 value on him, 1,100 and 900 on his Gunnery Whites. Sirens didn't get much value, but they were just holding his ground forces. Gunbats all got excellent value. Lamprey's Revenge actually got shut down pretty heavily, and that Necrofex Colossus did well. Zarthoriel got 2,000 value. I shouldn't say Zarthoriel. What was he? What's his name? Derek. Derek the other bird got good value. Marauders, it did okay for Marauders. 1,100 value on the Aspiring Champions, almost doubling their value. Yes! Go, Aspiring Champions, go! Forsaken fell a little short. Chaos Chariots fell a little short. Swords of Chaos had a rough start, then did okay, but didn't quite pay for themselves. And the Marauder Horse Masters, did okay. They did okay. Alright, where is that thing? Pachow. Wei did not know the way. Wei always knows the way. You're a liar. Alright, Photoshop. Boop. Boop. And unfortunately, Wei number 1 will be eliminated. And already the forces of, I guess, darkness? I guess? I don't really know what to call them. The resettlers. The resettlers of Catan get first blood. Blocker. Faction face-off. Game 2. So we have Swarv on Torox the Brass Bull versus No Cane No Gain on Malice Darkblade. And I still insist this is a Dark Elf favored matchup, though Bird strongly disagrees with me. Frickin' bird. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's Murphalurf. Okay, I'll get back to that. Are we in the game? Do I need to be doing things? I do. Okay, slow down. Everybody slow down. What's going on here? Oh, you guys can hear Hazel? Let me know if that becomes a problem. For no gain, no gain, we have Dark Riders. Looks like 2 of them on this flank with a Scourge Runner Chariot. 2 more on the other flank with a Scourge Runner Chariot. Slaanesha's Harvesters, Doomfire Warlocks, with another Doomfire Warlock over here. We have Malice Darkblade on his Velociraptor. Dreadspears. 2 Sisters of Slaughter and a Beasts Caster with only the Manticore summon. For Swarv, we have Chaos Warhounds of Poison, Ungor Spearman Herd with Shields, Gore Herd, Blackhorn's Ravager, Ungor Spearman, Gore Herd. Okay, so Spearman and Gore Herd. Nice little mixture of infantry there. Groghooves of Wolf's Run, the ROR Centaurs with Regen, Minotaurs with Great Weapons, 1 Bestigor Herd, Brave Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin and Devolve. Is that Devolve? Or is that the Cygor summon? Huh, it is Devolve. That's still bugged, so you can accidentally target the ground with that, so be careful there, Swarv. Centaurs with Great Weapons on one flank, Torx the Brass Bull, and more Centaurs with Great Weapons. Okay. I like both these armies. I mean, the Dark Elf army is a little not standard because of Malice Meme Blade, but I also like the Sisters. I like the Doomfire Warlocks. It'll be curious to see how they do. And Chaos Warhounds on one side get absolutely slapped by a Scourge Runner and Dark Rider charge. That'll route them off the map. On the other side, it looks like a similar fate is befalling these guys, as the Doomfire Warlocks immediately cast their little Doombolt, I believe that is called. Lesser Doombolt to hurt these Centaurs and try to route them off the edge of the map that's right here, but it looks like they're not quite able to. Now the Dark Riders are going to get completely smushed in here by Dogs, Centaurs, and the Centaurs with Throwing Axes. They will probably be annihilated. Far flank is going very well for the Dark Elves. They're just using their mobility advantage and running over whatever they can catch. Left flank, not so much, and they will want to kite away. First Manticore summon comes out, and the frontline fight begins in earnest. Sisters of Slaughter will do a lot of good damage to anything besides those Bestigors. I have to imagine that with 195 armor, Sisters of Slaughters won't get too much done there. Malice is going to run away from Darkblade. That's a misspeak. Malice is going to run away from Torx the Brass Bull. Doesn't really want to take that fight until we get some good poke in here from the Scourge Runner Chariots. And a normal Traderkin comes in on top of the Doomfire Warlocks, doing some good damage to them. As we said before, this flank has collapsed for the Beastmen. Dark Elves are just kind of running over anything they can find over here. Good for them. Sisters of Slaughter crushing this Gore Herd in the middle along with a Dreadspear unit. Somehow those Minotaurs were actually running down Malice. He barely has more speed than basic Minotaurs on foot. And Torx is going to overextend a little bit here and try to fight Malice and these Scourge Runners all on his own, but he will pull away. Manticore gets caught up in Minotaur's Great Weapons, but it is a summon, so if it gets lost and kind of big, who cares? Slaanesha's Harvesters are recharging Centaurs with Great Weapons, and the Murderous Prowess does proc. So all these Dark Elf units are going to get a little bit of a buff here, kind of like a Greenskin Wa. Doombolt's coming in yet again. Damaging some Chaos Warhounds with Poison, maybe going to rout them off. We will see Scourge Runner Chariots just poking in, it looks like, on Torx the Brass Bull. He's already down to about half health, and Malice hasn't taken the fight. Now, Malice is going to fight this Brave Shaman of Wilds on his Chariot. The Dark Elf front line is holding across the board. We can see them still largely doing okay. Beastman health bars are suffering. Bounce power is roughly even, but a little Dark Elf favored. And Malice is even going to get, a Trader Kit and casted on him just for the minus 25% speed. He now can't outrun any of these Minotaurs, and he will have to turn around and fight. He also gets Devolve put on him, but he puts his own blood price. There are a bunch of buffs and debuffs on this poor boy, and he is now surrounded by big, angry cows. Scourge Runners on each side, though, are going to make these cows have a very bad time, and Malice's health bar is deceptive. I mean, he can get a second one for free at any point in time. So I don't think this is going to go well for the Beastmen. You can see now the Minotaurs are getting messed up, and Torx himself is now fighting Malice, though he's doing a ton of work. He was at about that health when this started, and now Malice is almost dead. How are the Sisters of Slaughter doing? I am curious. One is very injured, one is perfectly fine. They might be a key pick in this matchup if I try it myself, because they seem to slap infinite amounts of infantry. Torx is taking a ton of a ton of damage, but Malice does transform into Zarkan, and now he is going to start beating up Torx. Another Traderkin is cast on just him. I really don't know if that does too much damage to a single model, but seeing how much it is getting cast, I have to assume it does. Scourge Runner Chariots are running out of ammunition. They will have to start rear charging soon, and that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Beastman leadership is pretty bad. How else is this going? I mean, the Beastmen are running out of stuff. You can see the balance power is favoring the Dark Elves. Tauros tries to jump back in, but Zarkan is a wonderful combatant, and with the Manticore behind him, Tauros is going to take a lot of damage. Looks like the Bray Shaman of Wilds is going to try to chase off Scourge Runner Chariots. It's going to take a bunch of arrows in its face for the effort. Doomfire Warlocks will probably chase off these Centaurs. Never mind, they are charging for the Blob. Just trying to get more routes in with the rear charges. Somehow Tauros is still beating up even Tazarkan, which makes... I can't tell if that means Tauros is overpowered or Tazarkan sucks, but he really shouldn't be beating him. For the fact that you're constantly getting Spirit Leeched to have Tazarkan, he should probably win whatever melee fight he's in. But that's just my opinion. Beastmen leadership is wavering across the board. They're really just running out of juice at this point. Even the Bray Shaman chasing off the Scourge Runners is going to get into melee combat and probably break at this point. Malice casts a little spell against nearby troops, giving himself damage resist. And Tauros still almost manages to take him out. Good God. 1,800 value against Malice, but I don't know how Tazarkan factors into that, but God, he was just nuts. Aside from that, the Beastmen struggled a bit to get their value in. The best scores really didn't trade up. Centaurs did fine. And the Minotaur's great weapons had trouble. Malice will never know his true value, but I'm guessing not very great. It didn't look like he was getting much damage onto Tauros. Ooh. Yep, Sisters got really good value. This one was the full health one. Even the damaged one paid for itself. Dark Riders, except for the one that got caught right away, did pretty well. Doomfire Warlocks did well. Though they got beat up, so maybe they weren't worth it. Hard to tell. But their mobile presence was good, and the Scourge Runners got excellent value. Scourge Runners, baby! Alright, blocker. Photoshop. So Tauros has also fallen. The mighty brass bull screams no longer. And the forces of the settlers looking pretty good. Pretty good. Already up 2. But let's see if I can bring it back with Wulfric the Wanderer versus Albrecht de Bordelot with me and Bird. Oh, also, I have 11 people here now. That's close enough. Right screen, pull up my Discord. There's a tournament on Thursday. Go vote for it. It's currently at a tie, and it's pissing me off. Go vote for it. Go. Go. Poll tourneys. Go vote. Aw, Bird's crying. It looks like me, but it's not me. My name's Green. See, it's a different person. It's Butcher Bird. Anyway. Back to the game. Oh yeah, it's a replay, so it doesn't wait for me. Well, what do we got? For me, on Norska, I have some Marauder Horsemen and Throwing Axes. I swore I had 2. Ah, there's the other one. For dealing with Knights, basic Marauder front line, secondary line of Berserkers to cut through random chaff. Marauders, great weapons to trade up against cavalry. A Skinwolf Werekin just because I like them. Wulfric the Wanderer on foot because I didn't want him to get sniped. Shaman Sorcerer Fire with only Burning Head. And some Norskin Warhounds to chase down archers, which there weren't very many. And a Frostworm because I like them. They make me happy. There's a 2v2 option? I mean, there could be. I don't see any reason not to. Alright. For Bird, he just had mounted yeoman archers, so not peasant bowmen that I could really get onto. A front line of peasant mobs, secondary line of just a couple spears. And other than that, it was Knights Errant and Knights of the Realm spam, which is pretty smart. Ooh, 1 Grail Knight in the back. Kind of forgot about them. And Albrecht de Bordelot is his lord with Lifecaster on horse with Earthblood and Regrowth. And Alberic has his whole kit, it looks like. So Norska, me, taking a lot of punishment on the advance, but we are trying to advance, trying to get a nice surround so they couldn't run away anymore. I do try to push up, but then the Knights are going to charge me, so I just pull back over here and decide to get all these infantry engaged first. Try to take as little damage as possible on the advance. And now with some Berserkers of Frostworm and he's throwing axes, I do push off the Knights Errant. Throwing axes are immediately going to retreat, so Mounted Yeoman can't get on top of them. And it's all going okay. Until the Frostworm tries to land one fricking time. He lands. I try to pull him out. He gets stuck. He takes one shot from Alberic that takes out like a quarter of his health. Then he gets another shot that takes out another quarter of his health. Can't really move. Takes another shot. He's down to like 40%. And he's routed. That's it. It takes like 4 whole shots to take out a Frostworm. Good unit. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. Alright, so that's 1,700 gold down the drain. He's running off. Berserkers otherwise are trading okay. Skinwolf Werekin gets on top of the Damsel of Life. I throw Hunter of Champions on her to make her slow as hell so he can actually stay on her and keep routing her off. Other than that, throwing axes are shooting some Knights Errant on the far side. There's a big old infantry blob trying to deal with these Grail Knights with Wulfric over here. And Norska is pushing through the left and center flanks. That Frostworm getting killed off was a huge blow. I didn't know Alberic would like 3-shot it like that, but that's what you get. That's what you get for trying to take anything remotely cool as Norska. You get burned. Damsel of Life is routed off. Skinwolf Werekin is struggling to catch up to her. She is a little bit faster, so now he'll just have to try to route her off the map if he can. And infantry are just pushing in mass towards these Bretonnian Knights. Whatever was left of this flank is running back to try and get the Skinwolf Werekin off the Damsel, and Wulfric and his infantry will run to try to support that endeavor as best they can. Burning Head comes in on top of some Spearmen, kills a lot of them, even gets a little bit of damage on the Mounted Yeoman archers, but it does almost nothing to the Knights of the Realm. So at this point, it's infantry versus cav. That's the whole thing. The Damsel of Life was routed off, but now the Skinwolf Werekin is a little isolated. Alberic will charge in right behind him and get some nice rear charges on him. So I lost my Skinwolf Werekin. He lost his ability to heal. Probably a better... Well, it's hard to say. I mean, regrowth is really nice, especially for all your knights, but it sucks to lose a whole hero like that. So Skinwolf Werekin is going to route off the map. I get a nice Sea Fang down. Does a lot of damage to those Grail Knights, but they're Grail Knights. They're not going to route or anything. And now it's Wulfric and his infantry blob versus infinite Bretonnian cavalry and nonsense. And this is the Cav beta. So cavalry are much better at this. Okay. I'm getting some messages. Wulfric the Wanderer, still trying to fight, but he is a Foot Lord, which helps him not get sniped, but it also makes it a little harder for him to really punish Alberic. And I think that was a miscast by Bird, because he definitely wanted to just go right down the line here, but instead he went that way. It's a little unfortunate. But Wulfric is trading back, and now Alberic, again, no Damsel of Life. There's no healing, so all of those trades count. But man, those are some healthy Knights of the Realm. There's not a ton left for Norska in the tank. I get a normal Burning Head down, but it really doesn't do any damage to these Knights of the Realm. A rear charge from some basic Marauders won't drag them down either. They just have too much armor. Throwing axes are trying to get their value in, but man, there are so many friggin' Bretonnians. And my cowardly Norscan troops start to flee. Wulfric's full health, but largely alone. Alberic, being on a flying steed, can charge at his whim. I'm going to hit the slight fast forward because we just have an infantry blob that gets cycle charged infinitely. Sea Fang comes down, does more damage to these Knights Errant. Wulfric and his caster are pretty much the only things left on the map, yet still the balance of power is roughly even. Some Norscan troops are trying to rally, but they immediately get zoned off. And Alberic charges in, gets some good damage onto Wulfric. Now the balance of power goes against him, and very suddenly, army losses will kick in. So Norscan infantry cannot quite... Norscan infantry cannot quite beat all of those heavy cav. Also, what is going on with this poll? How does it keep four-way tied? I hate you people. Like, I love you people, but I hate you people. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, right screen. This poll went up 1 vote since I announced it, but now they're all tied at 8, so I still have no idea what the frick we're playing on Thursday. You trolls. You gosh darn trolls. Anyway, focusing up. Wulfric got 1,100 value. Good for him for being on foot. Almost 1,000 value out of the Firecaster. 400 on Skinwolf Werekin, probably overextended trying to chase off that Damsel of Life. Infantry did okay to a point. Berserkers didn't really pay for themselves, unfortunately. That was... Probably should have expected the peasant mob spam. Dogs also just didn't have anything to fight, so they got killed. And the Frostworm with the fat 10 value. Feeling pretty good about that one. Alberic got 2,400. Lifecaster got 0 because she just cast some life spells and then died horribly. Peasants died for their dark gods, but knights largely got good value and the mounted yeoman's got excellent value. Peasant mobs, man, they trade up. Look at them. Look at them all paying for themselves, fighting the brave Norskin troops. Fuck peasant mobs. I hate peasant mobs. They're dumb. They're dumb. Alright, Photoshop. Boom. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh yes, I was eliminated as Wolfix the Wanderer. So it's down to XMT Way and Saltier Than You to try to carry this. It's currently them versus the world. Say it with me, kids. The world is a big place. Blocker's actually up, so you can't see the end result. I can delete game 3. Go on to game 4. Odium's Zyphos on the High Elves with Tyrion versus XMT Way of Zarthoriel. And this is Zarthoriel. This is not Derek. This is the real deal. Why am I being pinged? Who is pinging me? AIMA, I will answer you later. Hola, skink! Rearmed potato, it is good to know you are rearmed. I didn't know you were disarmed, but I'm glad you're rearmed. Alright, for Zyphos, we have Illyrian Reaver Archers. Looks like 4 of them. We have Tyrion, Frostheart Phoenix, and an Arcane Phoenix. And then... Woods. Oh, good. I love casting woods. I know exactly what's going on in woods. White lions, white lions, white lions, white lions. So 4 white lions in the trees, along with a Mage of Life with just Earthblood. Okay. For Chaos, we have double Manticore. Chaos Knights with Lances. Way really likes his Chaos Knights. We have Marauder Horsemen. Looks like 4 of them. 2 dogs. Both of which with poison. Both of which with poison. We have Zarthoriel with Final Trans and Plague of Rust. And a front line of Chaos Warriors with great weapons. They are definitely going to get kited. Illyrian Reaver Archers do outtrade your Skirmish Cav, but I still might just offer up the Skirmish Cav to the Dark Gods rather than let your Chaos Warriors be poked like this, but we'll see. I was just sitting here without play pressed. Why were you sitting there without that, Contende, you silly shenanigaggles? Chaos Knights are moving up through the woods. Looks like they'll discover there's a bunch of white lions in there who they definitely don't want to fight. High Elves are doing their best Wood Elf impression and skirting along the woods, staying in the trees, staying hidden. Classic Zyphos. And he's just going to shoot these Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Using a lot of ammunition. He's about half out on all of his Skirmish Cav, but I mean he's done half damage to that Chaos Warrior group. Roughly a 1/5 from these two, so he's getting good value out of them. Now, what Wei has done with this trade is that his Marauder Horsemen aren't getting murdered, so they are around for the late game and can kind of shoot some stuff. So they'll get to shoot their own things. I just don't know if that's entirely profitable. Looks like we have a big old fight in the trees that I can't see, and I love it. But a Final Trans upgraded does come in. Looks like it damages just the Frostheart Phoenix until it rides away from its own troops, so it won't do that much AoE damage. And Stand Your Ground is cast on these White Lions, but they're actually getting messed up by the Chaos Knights with Lances and all these Chaos Warriors. Now there's still a big old fight in the forest that I can hardly see what's happening. Frostheart's Phoenix is coming out. Looks like Tyrion's going to cast Sunfang. Is that Sunfang? That better be Sunfang. Yes! Sunfang! It doesn't do that much damage, but man, it tried. Chaos Feral Manticore is currently getting worked on by the Arcane Phoenix and Tyrion, and now the Frostheart Phoenix will rear charge it. And that'll be that. Bird, we are on game 4. So I just cast you're in my game with my Frostworm. They got 10 whole value. Alright, Tyrion overextends maybe slightly. He gets rear charged by Manticore and Zarthoriel, and he's now surrounded by Chaos Knights with Lances, but Zarthoriel takes a crap ton of damage from the 2 Phoenixes charging in. It looks like Skirmish Cav are trying to help out in this fight, but Tyrion is a hell of a combatant if you do actually opt to fight him. Chaos Knights with Lances are trying to fight in there, and Chaos Warriors with great weapons are streaming in the back. They are going to try to get us around. and really mess up this area. Did Sartorial get away? Sartorial did get away. Chaos Knights with Lances cycle charging back in, or where are they trying to go? Don't know where they're trying to go at this moment. Probably wanted to trap in Tyrion. The other Manticore is shut down. High Elves pull a little bit ahead on the balance of power, and Earthblood comes in for this whole area. So Sartorial tries to charge back in. He's probably going to take a bunch of damage for his effort, and will want to pull away. Chaos Warrior's Great Weapon still in here, still fighting. Frostheart Phoenix is taking some decent damage, so is Tyrion, but like I said, there is healing nearby. These dogs, much like the dogs in my game, don't really have anything to chase. There's nothing on this whole roster that they can deal with. Was that forest camping? This is a replay, so any rules issues would have had to have been brought up when the replay was done, and neither player indicated to me there was any issue. So if it was live, I would care more. As far as it is, it's a replay and a for fun event, so if Wade didn't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. Alright, Frostheart Phoenix taking a bunch of damage at this point from all these Marauders, and I don't know if it had Plague of Rust on it, but it looks like it doesn't right now. Zarthoriel's trying to charge in a little bit. The White Lions have taken a bit of damage, but so have the Chaos Infantry. Don't know what's going on in the forest. I don't really care. It'll come out if it cares. There's one full health unit of Chaos Warriors with great weapons left. Other than that, Chaos is largely shattered off here. Zarthoriel's getting chased down by Tyrion. Moo! Tar Express Bull! I don't know if I've ever had you on my stream. Welcome, welcome. I see you on Ducky's stream a lot, occasionally on turns. Chaos Knights with Lances surround the Frostheart Phoenix, and they're doing good damage. They're making themselves actually look good. Go, Heavy Cav, go! Go, Heavy Cav, go! They are going to rout off that Frostheart Phoenix most likely. Zarthoriel gets a lot of damage onto the Mage of Light. Before, just as she is about to tear her out, she casts one final Earthblood on the Phoenixes, barely keeping the Frostheart Phoenix alive. Frostheart Phoenix does not have Rebirth, by the way, so if he ever dies, that's it for him. Marauder Horsemen are throwing in onto Tyrion. Now he has 125 armor and a small model, so they might have trouble actually getting value there. Another Sunfang comes in, takes out some Marauder Horsemen. Doing good stuff there. Chaos Warriors with great weapons fighting against two different units of White Lions of Christ. That is going to be pretty bad for them. And all around the map, Chaos is rallying, but their balance of power is not. We still have a full health Arcane Phoenix. Tyrion still has... Oh, he didn't even bring Heart of Avalorn, or Star of Avalorn. Nope, he's Heart of Avalorn. So he has no healing in the pocket if he dies, but he's not going to die. Chaos Warrior is still fighting over here. Probably going to lose that engagement. Tyrion's fighting these Chaos Knights with Lances, and these guys have been the real MVPs. Marauder Horsemen don't really have the stopping power of the Throwing Axe Cousins, or even the Marauder Horsemasters. They will try to fight Zarthoriel, but it looks like Army Losses comes in, and Zarthoriel the Unbreakable will be the last bastion of his kind. He'll fight to the very end. And the end came for him. It's Contende for the Brayherd. That's true. It is Contende for the Brayherd. Alright, let's see. Chaos Knights with Lances, 1,500 value. Let's fucking go. Good job, boys. Chaos Warriors, great weapons, had a hard time. They got kited around a lot. Other than that, they were fighting White Lions, who actually are very good melee combatants. Dogs didn't really have anyone to fight. Manticores got beat up by a bunch of Big Birds. And Big Bird himself got beat up by Tyrion. Tyrion, 2,200 value. See, Best Lord. Always take him. White Lions also struggled a bit, but they seem to overall get better value than the Chaos Warriors. Leon Reavers, I think they paid for themselves. What are they, a 700 gold unit? Okay, I guess they didn't pay for themselves, but look at them all. They're very healthy. Frostheart Phoenix did okay. Arcane Phoenix did excellently. So it was Tyrion and the Arcane Phoenix carrying it. Alright. So that's Zyphos on the High Elves. Last game is neck bet on Heinrich Kemmler versus Saltier Than You. While that loads up, I will pop over to Photoshop. Alright, Way is out. Can Saltier Than You with Remy the Rat Rider beat all 5 of these brilliant champions? The odds are not in his favor, but let's see. Okay, for neck bet, we have Heinrich Kemmler on his horse. Looks like he has his Cloak of Mason Shadows, Undeath Resurgent, Raised Dead, Gaze and Gash. Okay, pretty good kit. And he has Krell, of course. Double Vargulf, Double White King. Both of them have Scabscrath. You have the Dire Pack up in the trees. Other than that, it's Crypt Ghouls, Skeleton Warriors, no zombies. Okay, so, like, quote-unquote, elite vampire counts. Crypt Ghouls, Skeleton Warriors across the board. Black Knights, other than that, pretty good rush. For the Skaven and Remy the Rat Rider. And Saltier Than You. I forget if I said his name or not. Poisonwind Globes, Poisonwind Globes, Poisonwind Globes. Is that 3 of them? 4. 4 Poisonwind Globes, double Hell Pit, 1 Assassin, Remy the Rat Rider himself on his Brood Horror. And then we have a Plague Priest on foot with Pestilent Breath and Vermintide. We have the Council Guard. Fuck you, Council Guard. I hate you. Clan Rats with Spears, Clan Rats with Spears, Skaven Slaves across the front line. Alright, initial thoughts is the front line is so weak that having 4 Poisonwind Globes is going to be tough to defend. While it is nice to have multiple weapons teams so they can't get summoned on, like, you know, if you have one thing, Neckbat's just going to summon zombies on top of you, and it won't get to fire, and you'll lose the game. But having 4 is a lot when your front line's going to crumple very quickly. Now, the Hell Pits won't go anywhere, but you can just walk past them. It's all eyes. Oh, wait, are you guys still in the Photoshop? You're still in the Photoshop. My bad. My bad. Come back. I'm sorry. Sorry. Alright. I announced the armies, but you can now see it. It's a bunch of Skaven slaves. Ow, the Skaven Warlord took an overcasted Gazeman Gash, did half his health. Brood Horrors feel good. Brood Horrors are good units. Anyway. Sorry about the blocker. Clan Rats, Council Guard, 4 Poison Wind, double Hell Pit, Assassin. On the other side, looks like the Counts are kind of pulling away. They do have Crypt Ghouls going on the flank. And again, if there were any rules decisions, this was played like half a week ago. And this is a replay, so it could have been brought up before now. Nothing can kill Torox. I was going to say a double Rogue Idol can, but actually they can't. That's sad. Yeah, nothing can kill Torox. He's too strong. Warlords just regenning up, happy as can be. Poisonwind Globes now get their first shots in. They will do a lot of damage, but Kemmler is a beast of a AoE healing monster. So I don't think the Vampire Council will mind too much. Another Gaze and Gash was going down, but it looks like it's cancelled, and instead Kemmler's going to pull back, let double Vargulf run up, and the Warlord takes just a slap on the behind, and then runs right out of there. Vargulfs will pull away. Skeleton Warriors are taking a lot of damage from the Poison Wind Globes, and another nice Gaze and Gash on the Warlord. He's taken a lot of damage already in this game. The frontline fight has started, though, and you can see the Skaven leadership is immediately plummeting down. I imagine these White Kings use their Scab Scrates. They could even make this go quicker. Double Vargulf lumbering up, going to get involved. And Scab Scrates are on the back to help out the Crypt Ghoul flank, which is also going very well for the Vampire Counts. They are almost through those rear defensive units. Now, one unit has crumbled away, but I don't think it really matters. The Vampire Counts are closing in. You can see the Poisonwind Globes are already out of things between them and the front line, and they will get shut down rather quickly. Double Vargulf is fighting double Hell Pit. They might want to get out of there, and they will. They'll just run away and regen up. White Kings are very hard for Hell Pits to deal with. They generally miss them a lot. Now, these Wolves are not going to allow any of the Skaven to come back as Crypt Ghouls keep pushing in. Looks like some summons have been activated to try and buy the Skaven some time. But let's do a Poison Wind check. Routed, routed. Don't know. Mucked up, but not routed yet. And mucked up. So already the Skaven are in a rough spot. The Warlord is going to charge over, knock the White King out of his way, and just keep running. He's still regenning up a lot, but his healing cap is within sight. Double Hell Pit are both doing fine, but now Krell is after him, and Krell does a lot of damage. You'd be shocked about how much Krell can do. It's looking rough. It's looking rough for the little Skaven boys. You can see they are also running out of front line. They pretty much have one Clan Rat unit. Two. They have 2 Clan Rat units holding. Other than that, they have 1 Poison Wind group and the Council Guard. That's it for infantry. Double Hell Pit is zoning off a bunch of things from the Vampire Counts, but also the Vampire Counts can just choose not to take the fight. And Heinrich Kemmler gets himself in a fight with the Warlord. With the Warlord being this low, I don't know who wins, but with double Vargulf coming, I don't think it matters. Alright, double Hell Pit and Assassin still running around. The Poison Wind Globes almost got back online, but now they are being shut down by Crypt Ghouls once again. It sounds like there is a Clan Rat summon that will go behind Kemmler, but Kemmler's just going to charge forward. Assassin's Trophy and Rival Hide Talisman? Nope, just Rival Hide Talisman going down. Turning all these Vargulfs to pathetic 10 melee attack, and that will save the Warlord once again. But man, he has just been spending so much of this game on the back foot because of the Gazeman Gashes and all this stuff. He's just trying to stay alive. Double Scab Scrath coming down, doing decent damage to the Council Guard, and the White Kings plus Krell are fighting amongst them. And can the Skaven do this? I'm looking around for stopping power. They do have some rallying chaff. Ooh, these globes rally because the last of those crypt ghouls disappear. Not sure what's going to kill the double Vargulf, double White King, and Kemmler, though. With all this healing. Ooh, Skaven Warlord takes a shot in the back. He doesn't quite break, though, and he is going to hold on. So Clanrat Spears might be coming to help him soon. Krell's running after him. That might be a bit of a mistake. Just stick on the Hell Pit so you can actually deal damage to. There's no way you're going to catch Remy the Rat Rider. He's too quick. And Poison Globes coming in. Unfortunately, one of them hits Remy, and that might lower his leadership enough for him to break, but no, he does rally. Plague Priest is routing off. That's pretty bad for the Skaven. No more summons to help out their Hell Pits. And the Hell Pits have just been trying to find a fight all game. And this is largely why I don't take the Hell Pits in this matchup. They survive for a long time, but they have a really hard time surviving. Surviving! Yes, I just said that. I don't know what's going on with me today, but it's some shit, bros. Anyway, they have a hard time finding their values, finding their fights. Remy has died, and without Skaven leadership, we all know the song and dance that is about to happen. It's called the Mass Rout game. Routing. Skaven slaves are almost routing. If anything turns around and looks at them, they'll get going. So it's down the Assassin, double Hell Pit, and the Council Guard. Bit of a grind fight at this point. Black Knights are going to charge in. Vargulfs are going to charge in. Is that Krell? No, it's basically my king. Okay. I was like, there's no way Krell's still around. So they're all going to try to shoot down these guys. And the last hope of the Skaven is that the Assassin can assassinate Heinrich Kemmler. Though he is just going to pop close to Mist and Shadows, give himself 60% physical resist, and he's going to run away on his horse. He is faster than that Assassin, and he'll get out of there okay. Hell Pits are slowly getting churned to dust. Looks like a Gaze in the Gash is trying to come in from Kemmler, but he keeps, like, canceling it. Don't really know what's going on there. Stutter stepping. One Hell Pit breaks. Can I get two Hell Pit breaks? Vargulfs get a big old Monkey Punch on him. Another Monkey Punch. Gaze in the Gash. This time it's going to go off, I promise. Ow! That hurts so much. Overcast Gaze in the Gash just immediately murders that Hell Pit, and army losses will come in. And the Count's Guard are still over here fighting. Fighting their damnedest. What's your value, friends? I can't find it. We're going to hit the fast forward button. We all know this is over. Double Scab Scrape, and that's a lot of dead Skaven. Bam! And that'll be a 5-0 sweep for the Settlers, I guess. Settlers of the New World. About 1,300 for Kemmler. Both White Kings got around 500, 600 range. Skeletal Boys just died to poison wind, but that's all they had to do. Crypt Ghouls killed some stuff, got through the Skaven lines. Black Knights got through the Skaven lines. Dire Pack got a ton of value, 1,600. And Vargulfs, 900 and 1,000 apiece. For Saltier Than You, Remy the Rat Rider got 600. Assassin got 400. 110 for the Plague Priest. And Skaven Slaves really aren't going to get any. Clan Rats, not really getting any. Count's Guard got 1,100-ish. Poison Wind Globes, mixed but largely still good. Hell Pits, 1,300, 1,200. But they were not enough. They were not enough. Alright, Photoshop. Boom, boom. With Saltier Than You falling, that will be a clean 5-0 sweep. The first time that's happened in the 5 times these events have been run. So we'll see what participation's like. It looks like some people want to play. But I'll take you over anyway. Right screen. So if you want to participate in the next one, go to this faction face-off, sub-chat in my Filthy Rat Den. Just type in here, do you want to play? Sounds like Palpatine wants to play Kazarak sometime. Katam wants to play Norska. You know, just throw your name in here. I'll pick the first 5 people that do that. So it looks like Dactyr, Palpatine, and Katam right now. And once I figure out who you are, I'll come up with a theme based on it. But mostly it's just fun. It's a chill atmosphere, chill schedule. You get let into this little chat where you can just talk about things, coordinate your games. And it's best of 1. Schedule when you and your opponent are able. It's just kind of fun. It's a fun little community thing. If interest in it's just not there, I could, like, not cancel it, but just stop running it. But as long as we have people who want to play, I'll keep doing it because it's, like I said, it's pretty low maintenance for me. I just set up a lobby, and then you guys figure out what time you want to play your games. I don't really have to schedule any time. And once all the replays are done behind the scenes, I figure out when I can host an event on YouTube and run it. So it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, that's what I have for you today. Also, it looks like we're getting enough replays for another bingo stream at some time. Maybe. So if you want your replays cast for bingo stream, throw them in here. And as for the poll for tourneys, fucking figure it out. Now we're all tied at 10. How does this keep happening? Like, it can't just be Bird. Bird's one vote. Where is he getting all these troll votes? Where's... Oh, you people are... Killing Smalls and Houseplant voted for everything, too. I just want to know what we're playing this Thursday. No. Anyway, whatever this ends up being will be to change the Discord picture from Dactor's lovely anime trash can. So if you want to change the Discord picture, sign up for whatever tournament this ends up being. And we just saw it shuffle a bunch and still 10, 10, and 10. There are trolls at work. Anyway, that's what I got. I knew it would be a short stream today because, like I said, I had the results, so I knew it was only 5 games long. Oh, also the Dwarves thing. It sounds like we'll have another council with RTKU Maiz, a very good dwarf player, and Logic_EU, very good dwarf player as well, and YouTuber. I'm just trying to figure out a time that works for Umaiz. He is a new father. He has a very young child, so a lot of weekdays don't particularly work for him. But yes, he did agree to do it. I'm just working on a date. So that'll be announced soon. So if you have any questions for Umaiz or Logic about dwarves, put them in here. And if you want me to ask one of them specifically, you know, like, this is for Logic, just do this is for Logic, and I'll ask Logic that. Anyway, so both of them are willing to do it. Just got to find a time. Goodbye, Torx the Brass Bull. It's good to see you around. I'm sorry the first event you joined was kind of a short one, but we streamed for about an hour. Anyway, I am going to leave now. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful life.